Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you have seen any of my content, I'm really sorry because this is a gross misrepresentation of what the majority of my channel is about. To be honest, anything is a gross misinterpretation of what my channel is about because my content is extremely varied because I am a very talented human being. But if you follow me on Twitter at AngusSpreadThin, by the way, all links are in the description, you would have seen a couple of posts about a certain someone. We're going to call her Zafia throughout this video. But you would have heard about a family member, specifically a cousin of mine, leaving some interesting comments on a couple of my videos. And I wanted to do a SinScore. Now, you may be asking, Faye, what is a SinScore? A SinScore is a series here that I have on my channel where I take the position of an angel that records misdeeds. In Islamic mythology, Muslims believe that there are two angels sitting on your shoulders. One records all your good deeds and one records all your bad deeds. The one that records all your bad deeds is the position that I will be taking today. So that's what we're doing today. We are going to read through this comment and we are going to translate those misdeeds and calculate how on a Muslim scale, by a Muslim criterion, how badly my cousin Zafia did. Now, before I get into the comment, and we will speed read through the main comment, I would like to give a short history. So Zafia is my maternal cousin. She's on my mother's side, and she's 3 years older than me. She got married a few years ago, and she has a child. Growing up, we were pretty close, but we lost contact after my mother got ill and passed away because that whole side of the family doesn't give a fuck about me. Really and truly. She ignored me up until she realized she was going to get married and invited me to her wedding. I went to her wedding. I cried at her wedding, but not because she was getting married, but because I was surrounded by people who hate me. Those people being my other family members. And then she proceeded after her wedding to ignore me again until I was completely disowned, and she tried to guilt trip me with my niece, who I did not know existed until a month of her being alive and in the world. I did not know, I was not aware that Zafia was pregnant. I was not aware that my niece had been born. Zafia contacted me a few days after, or I think even the day after I had left my family. I'd been fully disowned, contacted me Monday morning 9 a.m. on my way to work and told me that I have a 1-month-old niece. If that isn't a power play, and she claimed it wasn't, I don't know what it is. I've actually talked about that in a previous video. It's called Don't Blame Me for How I Feel. It's a Hear Me Rant video because I didn't screenshot the message because I didn't want to out you like that. But here you are again, leaving fucking comments on my YouTube videos and trying to be, just trying to be toxic. And you know what? YouTube, the mother, right, saw your comment and looked down at me from her throne and was like, Faye, listen. We know you controversial as fuck, bitch. Like, you ain't earning a penny off of AdSense. But go, this fucking spam. We ain't letting you see this. We ain't letting you see this because this is fucking spam and nobody, not even fucking you, deserves this. And you know what? Me, because I am a fool, I went into my spam because I look in there from time to time because I like approving messages that aren't necessarily in agreement with me, because I like this platform being open to everyone. Like, it's in my description, I welcome hate comments. So I went through my spam to see if anyone had left me any messages that maybe YouTube picked up as spam but wasn't necessarily what I considered spam. And I saw your message there and I was like, oh, nice, YouTube recognized this as spam. And then the next day I saw you left the same message again on a different account. Like, girl, are you serious? So because of that, because you left me 2 of the same message and YouTube both times recognized it as spam, girl, we giving you double points. Okay, everything is being times by 2 in this SinScore video, and because I don't want to constantly correct your dumb use of spelling and grammar, I've already preemptively like given you negative points for that. So because you don't know what a full stop is, I'm giving you 10 sins. Because you don't know how to use a comma, I'm giving you 10 sins. Because you spelled my name wrong 3 times, I'm giving you 30 sins, 10 for each time. Because you've never the fuck heard of apostrophes, you get in 10 sins. For your spelling errors, you're getting 7, because I'm pretty sure that's like a halal number. And yeah, so your baseline score, like before we've even gotten into the message, before we've even read her, is 134. It's 67 without the double bonus, but doubled is 134, bitch. Like, you on a great start. Also, in this comment, you've given me an excuse to talk about things that I would never just like voluntarily talk about. Thank you, because now I can really get people in on some true family fucking tea. Like, you have given me so many opportunities. Like, I don't even know if this is going to be one video. I could make 6 fucking videos out of this easily, but like, you have given me so many opportunities to just spread some family secrets, like family tea. The fuck, like, thank you, because I never would have thought to talk about any of this without instigation. Like, I just wouldn't have. So thank you. Also, for those of you who are my fans and do love me, and I know you do, what do you think of my hat? This was a present from my sister, my new sister, who actually loves me, Alicia. She got me this for one of my birthdays. What do you think of the hat and this look? Because I'm living. But now we gonna speed read through this garbage plate of a tweet. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not even a tweet, it's a YouTube comment. Girl, with YouTube's interface, you left this comment on my video, like, twice. Oof. Anyways, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna restart, and we're gonna speed read this. I really want to do a lot of meme edits, but I'm not like that talented, so I would love to send this off to an editor who could like meme edit it. I think that would be absolutely hysterical. I might do that afterwards, but anyways, give me a sec. Now for the dramatic reading. You piece of dirt. Fatiha Rahman, aka Faye Ramen, exposed. Okay, time to expose Fatiha Rahman. Her name is not Faye. Fatiha, remember when we used to be close friends? And as a Muslim, you were the most vile piece of excrement and who never a good person. All you used to do was scream and backbite people. Nasty dog. You used to smell of curry and never even used to bath or brush your teeth. Then you begged my uncle to get you a passport and he refused. And you used to meet weirdos on the internet and sleep with them in parks with you Islamic dress. Then you lied and you used your whole family saying you was going to die, so they got you out of my uncle's house. And then you pretended to get married. You agreed to it. Even took money from your mother-in-law. Then you used your father's side uncle for food, for food, clothing, shelter, and to pay for your education, and then left when he was on holiday, pretending to be the victim and pretending your mum would have loved you. Your mum would have beat you to death for what you have done. Same goes for your grandfather. You had mental problems from birth because your parents are first cousins. You've had CBT treatment because you are insane and you used to binge on antidepressants. You are classified as a mental patient on the NHS. And let's not get started about what your brother did to you, sister. Freak! Claiming you care for your siblings while all you did was go in your room and be a whore on your PC. Your dad didn't try to kill you. He kicked your ass in a fit of rage because he caught you being a whore on your PC. And you provoked and set him with the social worker in advance and then got him to attack you to get arrested. You set up your entire family and destroyed it because you're, without the apostrophe, evil and selfish. And your siblings hate you more than anything because of what you've done. You scum of the earth, you will be exposed as the lying, sick, basket case you are. No one likes. No one did, and your fake persona will be smashed to the dust very soon. Stinky onion-smelling tramp that now pretends she was a devout Salafist when she was a filthy, lazy, unhygienic whore that struggled with the religion, making her own lies and believing them exactly what a nutcase does. If only you could become sane again and see what you really look like. None of the ex-Muslims you are your real friends. They are just using you, and really you're a miserable, sad loser who destroyed her whole life by listening to weirdos and perverts on the internet. You have been destroyed, and you don't even know it. You insane whore. Take it from me. Your mother hates you, and you hate you. So keep pretending. Falsehood is bound to perish. Now that we've got that out of the way, it's time to dissect this comment. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry if that was too loud in your headphones. I apologize. So let's start from the beginning. So, you piece of dirt, Fatiha Rahman, aka Faye Rahman, exposed. So, my real name is Fatiha Rahman. She spelled it wrong every time that she wrote it, but my real name is Fatiha. Fatiha, or Fatiha, is the first chapter in the Quran. That's why it was named after. It alternatively could also mean victory, but for like as a feminine adjective, or victorious, Fatiha. Like Fatih, like that. But I was named after the first chapter of the Quran. Canonically, by my parents, they named me after the first chapter, which is Surah Fatiha. Okay, time to expose Fatiha Rahman. Her name is not Faye. Fatiha, remember when we used to be close friends, and as a Muslim, you were the most vile piece of excrement and was never a good person. All you used to... Okay, let's stop there. We did used to be really close as kids, but that was mainly because I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any friends from school, not close friends anyway, because I was the weirdo. I was always a weirdo. And like I said, we lost contact. You dropped us. You forgot about us after Mom died. And you said that as a Muslim, you were the most vile piece of excrement and you were never a good person. Bitch, I was the best of you, and you're bitter because I'm still the best of you. Like, even now, even as a fully fledged kafir, murtad, apostate talking about Islam every single day, like, I'm still a better person than you. If Judgment Day happened today, bitch, and we were both standing in front of Allah, I would get a bigger pass than you would. You would be in hell before I got within 40 feet of it. Allah would be like, yeah, you can go before he would even look at you, because he knows where you going, bitch. You, the kind of people that my family are, like, all they do is bitch about people. Like, that is all they do. They cannot have a positive thought about anyone. So you just hella bitter that even as a kafir, I'm a better person than you, even by Islamic standards. Like, I am still a better person than you being a fully fledged fucking kafir. And then she says, all you used to do, what, scheme and backbite people, nasty dog, you used... Okay, let's stop there. No, I didn't. I was one of the most quiet people in my class, of my family. I used to just sit and listen to your bullshit and say that you shouldn't be saying it. That was it. Because I could never hang out with my male cousins, I used to sit in the kitchen and listen to the rest of y'all bitch and talk about people all the time. Because that's all you do. Y'all talk about my dad's side talk about you. Like, you're all sitting there having your petty little beefs all the time. That's what y'all did. You don't need to project your shit on me. I just sat and listened. I was that kind of kid. I would sit and listen. The only person that I used to talk to was my dad. Like, that was the only person that I used to talk to. And my dad used to bitch about y'all as well. I'm not saying that he's any better. No, you know what? He is a little bit better, but we'll get into that. And she goes, you used to smell of curry and never even used to bath or brush your teeth. Okay, the last part is a lie, but I did used to smell of curry. And you know what? A lot of my school friends used to complain about that as well. Oh, Faye always smells of curry. And when I told my mum that, she was like, you go back to them hoes. You go back to them hoes at school and tell them that you smell like curry because you actually cook. You actually cook and you help your mum at home. That's why you smell like curry. That's what you got to go say to those hoes. And I'm going to say that to you as well. Which one of us didn't smell like curry, bitch? We all smell like curry. What are you talking about? I used to cook every day coming home from school. I used to help my mum cook. I used to peel onions for her. I used to cut them up. I used to cut that fucking whole chicken that my dad used to buy because he couldn't be bothered to buy the fully, like, cut up chicken. I've skinned chickens. I've defeathered chickens. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Sit down. I am way more accomplished than you. I've always been way more accomplished than you. Even if my mum tried to use you constantly to make me jealous and make me feel unaccomplished, I used to do everything in the house with my mom. That's why I smelled like a mess, because I was always cleaning up other people's shit, okay? And that's the real tea. And then she says, then you begged my uncle to get you a passport and he refused. Sorry, the label is showing. There you go, that works, right? My forehead is so fucking huge. Anyways, then you begged my uncle to get you a passport and he refused. Yeah, because when I got out of my dad's house, I had a British passport, by the way. I was born in Bangladesh, but I'm a British citizen. I grew up here. And when I left my dad's house, after reporting him and being homeless for a while, and then going to live at my maternal uncle's house. And you know what? No tea, no shade. I actually really love my maternal uncle. Even though he is a fundamentalist, he was one of the easiest people to talk to after I left my dad's house, because we would just sit up late at night and we would just spill the tea. Like, he would sit me down, we would talk. And I had asked him one time, like, my passport's expired, can I renew my passport? And he said no. And I know for a fact that that was a control measure. And the fact that you're bringing that up as if that's valid in any kind of way is ridiculous. Like, it's honestly ridiculous. At that point, I didn't have a bank account, and I knew if I wanted to open one to, go and get a job, I needed to, renew my passport so I could use it as an identifier, as ID. And he didn't want me to get a job. Like, most of my family didn't want me to get a job. Most of my family are backward, but I will give my uncle this. At least I could talk to him. And by the way, while all this was happening, while I was at my maternal uncle's house, you who say your uncle, right? You were beefing with him over some petty bullshit, over some guy that you refused to marry. So I don't even know why you're bringing that up as if that is a point in your corner. Like, you have beefed with mama so many times, Zafia. Like, I don't even understand why you're bringing that up as if that's a goal. As if that's a goal. Like, like as if that's a score in your... You're just out here scoring own goals. Like... But yeah, he didn't refuse. He said, no, I don't want to do that right now. And I was like, okay, your house, your rules. I wasn't going to fuck with that. And then she says, she kind of hops between timelines. She goes and says, you used to meet weirdos on the internet and sleep with them in parks with you Islamic dress. I've never slept with anyone in a park. I don't know who the fuck told you that, but they lied. I have never slept with anyone in a park. And also, you really think anyone, before I moved to my Sasa's house, like my paternal uncle's house, you really think anyone let me outside without supervision? When I was in my dad's house, I never went outside. Let's be real. The only times I went outside was to drop off the kids and sometimes pick them up. I didn't even go out to pick them up from school all the time, because my dad would get our neighbors to do that. The only time that I was allowed outside the house was to drop them off. You really think I was sneaking off when I was in my dad's house with the kind of psycho he was? Please shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, because you are imagining things. And then when I moved into my grandma's house, I never went outside. I lived in our house for like 2 weeks also. And then when I moved to mama's house, you really think that those people let me out of their house without supervision? Even to just go to the masjid, like to go to the mosque, I needed to be escorted there. Shut the fuck up. Like, honestly, shut the fuck up. Stop pulling actual garbage out of your ass. And I've never slept with anyone in a park. For those of you who were envisioning that and fantasizing about that, I'm sorry, that's not a reality. I've never done that. And just FYI, I didn't lose my virginity until I was 21, almost going on 22. I lost it in the December of 21. So you can shut the fuck up. Then she says, then you lied and used your whole family saying you was going to die, so you got out of my uncle's house. No. The tea there, let me tell you what the tea there is. Okay, so I had told my Sasa, who's my paternal uncle, that I hadn't got my period for like months. Like, since being in my dad's house and then coming out and then being in my mama's house, I hadn't got my period. And I didn't know what was going on, and I was super worried about it, because I'd never missed a period at that point. And I wasn't having sex, because who the fuck was going to have sex with me when I can't even leave the fucking house? And also she says, oh, you slept with them in parks in your Islamic dress. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Take your personal kinks out on someone else, okay, bitch? Like, it's not my fault you chose to dress like a Dementor. Not my fault. Fully not my fault. Take your kinks out on your husband or someone else. I don't know your life. Go fuck with that. Like, but don't put it on me. Bitch, that is my fucking nightmare. But anyways, the tea was like, I had missed my period. I was super depressed. And my GP was back in Wembley, where I used to live. And I was in North London, so it was like super far. And I knew that if I was going to go to the GP, I wasn't going to be able to go by myself. And I wanted to go by myself. I didn't want to be escorted there and have someone fucking sit with me, because I'm an adult and I don't want that. So I told my Sasa, and he was like, okay, I'll pick you up. And also, the other thing was, the reason I wanted to leave my mama's house was because I had no fucking support from you, Zafia, because you would not even, like, after abandoning me, like, since my mother's death, okay, after abandoning me, you would not even come over to my mama's house to talk to me. I would have to meet you in the masjid that I have to be escorted to talk to you. Like, fuck you. What kind of friend do you think does that? Okay, like you value your pettiness over like your actual people that you care about. Like, who the fuck needs you? No one the fuck needs you. I fear for your child. Like, I fear like one day your child coming home and being like, Mom, I have this really serious issue, and you just being like, fuck you, bitch, I have this petty shit with that person. Like, I'm truly fearful of that. But anyways, in my uncle's house, there was still like that air of fundamentalism that I just needed to get away from, because I was in my doubting phase at this point. And also, mummy is fucking crazy. Okay, she would fully bully me, and I have not used that word since I was in like secondary school. Like, I have not been bullied by anyone since secondary school, and she used to fully bully me. Like, she would bitch talk about me every single fucking day, to her kids, to people who came to the house, to my family when they came and tried to like rough me up every so often and talk shit to me all the time. Like, she would fully bully me. Like, she would talk behind my back really loudly to her kids, and she'd be like, oh, you don't want to turn out like her, look what's happened to her, you really want to end up like her. Like, she would do all that shit. She would say she would say that there's the devil in me. She would call me the devil. She would fucking burn incense in my room to get the devil out of me. She would like threaten to call imams and have me exorcised and shit like that. And I was not doing anything in their house. Anything. I was just existing in their house with my little brother until my family came around and took him from me. Like, they legit stole my brother from me after I had smuggled him into my uncle's house. So shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down, because you were not there to support me while I was going through that, and you dare to bring it up as a way to shame me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry that I'm smarter than you. I'm sorry that I, made the best decisions I could have made in certain situations. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not a thick bitch. Like, I'm just not. Like, yeah, I'm thick body-wise, but I'm not thick like some of y'all, okay? I'm sorry, I'm not fucking stupid. Anyways, moving on. Sorry, I'm not done. I'm sorry that y'all couldn't guilt me into ending my life, okay? I'm sorry that I decided to actually make something of my life rather than fall for y'all's bullshit, okay? And sell my soul to some man. And then she says, and then, as if this is in any way chronological. It's not. So this happened let me read it. And then she says, and then you pretended to get married, you agreed to it, and even took money from your mother-in-law. Okay, this is not chronological at all, because I was proposed to in 2014. I was proposed to in 2014. It was between the years where my mother died and then the year that I left. So I was proposed to in like the autumn or the winter of 2014. I saw the guy, I met the mother-in-law, okay? She gave me money. I didn't have to accept anything. That was not the mahar, and she told me that it wasn't the mahar. So sit the fuck down, bitch. Calm your fucking tits. It's not my fault that people give me gifts and nobody gives you fucking anything, okay? Because you're not fucking worth anything. But she had given me like £150 or £200 or something, which my brother stole and then spent on whatever shit he spent it on, because haha, my family. And then I told everyone and nobody did a fucking thing about it. Like we all just brushed it off as if that's completely normal. But my dad was literally like, well, you shouldn't have money, bitch. 200 fucking pounds he stole from me, like just like that. Like I literally went up to him and I was like, you know what, you go marry him now. You stole my mother-in-law's money. Like, go and marry him. Fuck you. But then she goes, you pretended to get married. Bitch, no, I didn't. Because nobody fucking asked me if I wanted to get married. They just put me in the proposal room, took me out. Nobody asked me a fucking thing. It was just assumed that I was going to marry the guy if he said yes. And lo and behold, he said yes. But you know what? February 2015, I called my aunt and I told her I do not want to get married. Go and ask her, bitch. I don't know if she's gonna fucking lie because she's a fucking liar and a fucking stupid hoe. But I had called her and I told her that I do not want to get fucking married. But you know what? Bitch like you wouldn't know, because bitch like you wasn't involved in my life back then. Now were you? You were too busy fucking hiding. Too busy being fucking petty about the fact that my dad is a fucking lunatic to y'all. Like, I don't understand why you, like, you and everyone else and their fucking dead grandmothers, right, decided to just be like, oh, we don't like your dad, so we're abandoning all of you. Like, I don't understand why you decided to do that, but you did that, and you, like, you act like you were here for any of this. You weren't. So shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down. Maybe not too hard. We don't want the earth to just fall off its axis. But sit the fuck down. Then she goes, and then you used your father's side uncle, my sasa, or my paternal uncle, because she fucking doesn't know words apparently, for food, clothing, shelter, and to pay for your education, then left when he was on holiday. My sasa is a legend. My sasa is a legend. I'm never not going to say that. That side of my family, my sasa, my sasi, my cousins, they are beautiful human beings, and how dare you even bring them the fuck up? Like, how dare you? As if you were there for any of that. They are legends, and I will forever be grateful for what they did. And if I ever make it in this world, I'm gonna try and do my best to pay them back in full. But okay, first of all, they didn't pay for any education. I'm paying for my own education. So shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down. You're cancelled. You're fucking cancelled. They didn't pay for my education, but they did meal and board me. Like, they gave me food, they gave me shelter, they bought me new clothes, they introduced me to a whole new world. I was a new person because of them, and I will forever be grateful for that, and I've never said anything less than that. And yes, I did leave on holiday. While he was on holiday, he was in Bangladesh, but that was not what was planned. The decision I made to leave my family, and I have explained it in the first video that I posted on this channel. It is a 40 something minute video. Y'all can all go watch it. I tell the whole fucking story, my whole fucking mindset. I'm not going to bring it back here, but I explained that, and I explained why I left, and I decided the day before I actually left that I wanted to leave. So it wasn't planned that I would just leave on holiday. It was just a coincidence that while he was on holiday, I left my family, and they fully disowned me. And then she goes, pretending to be the victim. I don't know how many times I have to fucking tell you this for you to get it through your brain, but since you don't fucking have one, it's never gonna go through. But just for good measure, I am a victim. I am a victim, bitch. I'm a victim. So shut the fuck up, exit stage left. And then she goes, and pretending your mom would have loved you, your mom would have beat you to death for what you have done, and same goes for your grandfather. Okay, like, I legit, this was the only line that really upset me out of this whole comment. Like, this was the line that actually upset me, and I thought about it for like hours, and I cannot imagine I cannot imagine saying this. My mother's dead, by the way, and my grandfather died this year. I didn't get to go see him because of family drama, and you know, like, I cannot imagine saying shit like this to the worst person on the planet. Like, I cannot imagine saying this to anyone. Shut the fuck up, you absolutely insensitive piece of shit human being. Like, shut the actual fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay? You're a horrible human being. Like, this is the line that Allah would send you to hell for. Like, Allah, the petty bitch that Allah is, this is the line that he would put you in Jahannam for forever, bitch. Like, I don't even like the guy, but he would take my side on the fact that you said this twice in a comment. Anyways, she goes on and said, you had mental problems from birth because your parents are first cousins. Okay, whose fucking fault is that? Islam's. So shut the fuck up. And also, I didn't have mental health problems from birth. I have mental health problems because of all of you fucking people in my life. Next, you had CBT treatment because you are insane. No, I had CBT treatment because I have literal PTSD from all of you fucking people. And then she said, you used to binge on antidepressants. No. I took antidepressants for 6 months and I weaned myself off of them successfully because I am a responsible adult. Unlike some of you. Again, don't project your fucking problems onto me because you're a dumb hoe. Like, just don't. You are classified as a mental patient on the NHS. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And let's not get started about what your brother did to your sister. Freak. Again, like, I don't know how true any of those stories are because I used to hear them as rumors because nobody is fucking real with me in my family. But there were rumors that my brother was raping my sister after I left my dad's house. And I don't know why you're deciding to call me a freak for what my brother allegedly did. Again, I don't know the truth of it because none of y'all fucking reported him. None of y'all fucking reported him to the police who deal with rapists. Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, you expect me to work miracles in my home. My mother died when I was 17. My mother fully just in the ground when I was 17, and then I almost died in my own house. I reported my father because he almost killed me, and you guys expect me to work miracles from outside my father's home for my siblings. You guys expected me, a young woman who, you know, had just lost her mother, to just whip 4 minors into shape as if I was the mother of these children. You fully expected me to do that while having no involvement in our family at all. You fucking left, bitch. You fucking left. You fucking left us out to dry. You fucking... I cannot understand. I fully cannot understand how you cannot take any fucking responsibility for the shit that you put all of us through. Your abandonment of us. I cannot understand how you can sit there and act like this isn't partially your fault. And the fact that you knew this was going on, you fully knew, and you're proving it to me now, you fully knew that something was going on in the house and you didn't take measures to do anything about it. You didn't call the police. You didn't go fuck him up for what he was doing to my sister. You didn't do any of that, and you're gonna blame that on me. And also, just as a sideline, my sister no longer lives with my father. My sister fully left like a bad bitch. She left the house, 14 years old. She left and she was like, I'm getting into the foster system. I'm not taking this fucking bullshit from you. You think she could have done that if I did not leave that house? Bitch, you know that that isn't true. I left and she left because she knew she had a way out, because I left. I took my life in my own hands, and then she decided to take her own life in her own hands. So shut your fucking face. I did more for her, and she might hate me. That's okay, because that is valid, and I'm not I'm not petty like you. I'm not going to sit here and act like she doesn't have a reason for being angry at me. That's fine. She can be angry at me. But I have done more for her. I have done more for her leaving that house than you ever did. Knowing that you could have done something. Knowing that you could have been the person to save my sister. You did nothing, and I did more for her not being present in the situation at all. So shut the literal fuck up. Next. Claiming you care for your siblings while all you did was go in your room and be a whore on your PC. Bitch, I was a mother to 4 minors. I cooked for them. I cleaned for them. I cleaned up their piss on the floor. I cleaned up their vomit. Every single night Musa would vomit on me. I've had vomit in my hair. I've had shit under my fingernails. I've had piss on my clothes. Piss in my bed sheets. I shared a bed with 2 of my siblings. My sister was on the top bunk. I cannot believe fully that you would act like I did nothing. You think that my dad was caring for my siblings? Fuck you. Fuck you. He would sleep 6 hours in the daytime, okay? He would cook 1 meal a week. He would let us get frostbite in the winter. Shut the fuck up. I was a mother to my siblings. They became my kids. After I left my dad's house, I smuggled them out of that house. I raised them in my grandma's house. After I got kicked out of her house because she was just a worse to me, okay? She would literally scream at me every single fucking day I was in that house. She was literally the worst. I took my brother with me because I love my fucking brother, okay? And then my family had to drag him out of my arms. So shut the fuck up. And what was I doing? I was being a whore on the PC. Really? On that Windows 95 piece of shit, I was being a whore on a PC? Okay, look, again, don't project your marital problems on my platform. Do not project your marital problems on me. It is not my fault that you have a problem. It is not my fault that you sold your soul to the devil, bitch. It is not my fault, okay? I would write stories on the PC while Musa was sleeping because I would put him to sleep. He would sleep for 2 hours, and my outlet was that I would write fictional stories on my computer and then post them to Movellas, which is a writing site. And I would talk to people on Movellas. That is what I would do on my PC. And also, I couldn't even post them on that PC because it wouldn't connect to the Wi-Fi. It just didn't have that capability. I would write those stories, I would send them to my email, and then I would post them from my hidden phone to Movellas. So shut the fuck up. I have no problem revealing what I used to do, okay? That is what I would do. I would write stories. Sometimes I would argue with people online because at that time I was still a Muslim and I would still argue in the corner of Muslims at that time. And also, it's interesting that you're calling me a whore. I have... Again, I was a virgin until 21 and late 21, okay? And I'm not, because I don't sell my body for sex. But you know what? You did. You sold your body for a couple of shekels. Let's not mince words. An Islamic marriage is just prostitution with extra steps. He proposes to you, you say yes, he gives you some coin, and then you fuck him for the rest of your marriage. You can't even refuse because he's paid you. You know, he's given you his gift. So you have to fucking sleep with him for the rest of your fucking marriage. So shut the fuck up. Don't project your fucking problems on me. And then she goes, your dad didn't try to kill you. He kicked your ass in a fit of rage because he caught you being a whore on your PC. Again, don't act like you were there. You weren't. You were fucking too busy being in your own fucking world, not giving a shit about me, because it's so clear that you've never given a shit. He did try to kill me. He did fully try to kill me. And he screamed many times that he wanted to kill me. And he also screamed that he wanted to kill all of the kids, which is on record. The social worker actually recorded that. And for some reason, y'all all took his side and didn't take mine. He did try to kill me. And you want to know the real tea? He didn't catch me on the PC. He did not. And I know you're not going to believe me because you're taking the side of a literal... someone who could have killed me. That is the side you are taking, even though you fucking hate him. And that is why you decided to abandon us for, so many years of my life where I needed support. He woke up. Okay, He woke up. It was 11 o'clock. He doesn't get up until like 2 in the afternoon. He woke up at 11 o'clock. He comes into the living room. The kids are watching cartoons. There's cereal, like dry cereal in bowls on the floor that they're eating and watching cartoons. I'm lying on the sofa. He goes into the kitchen and he just loses his fucking shit. And he beats me in front of my siblings, who are all minors. So one of them was a baby at the time. He beats the living fucking crap out of me. He stomps on my neck like he's gonna kill me. He pulls my hair. He throws me on the floor. He uses a broomstick to beat the fuck out of me. Like, and you're sitting here spilling tea as if you were involved in the situation at all. At all. He was scared. You know what he was scared about? He was scared that I had found his stashes of porn on the computer. And I had. I wasn't going to tell anyone about it because I got it, you know. Wasn't a married man at this point. Men watch porn. I wasn't going to tell anyone about it. But he's so shit at clearing his browsing history. He's so shit at clearing his browsing history that I found all of it. And that's what he was afraid of. And I knew that because he kept saying, you went on the computer, didn't you? Even though he saw me lying on the fucking sofa. Because I had been up from 4 a.m. taking care of my siblings because I was a good, loving sister. And this is the real kicker. And you provoked and set him with the social worker in advance and then got him to attack you to get arrested. I did not set him up with the social worker. You know why the social services was involved? It wasn't anything to do with me. The reason the social services got involved, Zafia, because you weren't fucking there for any of this. And this is why this is an unchronological mess. You weren't there, first of all. Second of all, my dad got married again. And y'all heard of that. I know you did. Because, you know, I used to talk to Borachala as well. And she knew. So all of you knew. So he got married to this woman. Their marriage was a sham because it only lasted 3 weeks. And she tried to take her own life in our home because my dad was such a demon to her. Like he put her under, like just reserved one room for her. He would not let her like wander around the bottom floor of the house because he didn't want anything to do with her because he's a fucking psycho, right? She would cry she like moved into my room, which was now at occupancy, 6 people living in my room. She would cry every single night because she was so sad and so upset, and I just did not know what to say to her. Because what do you say to someone who's going through, I didn't know what to say to her. And I took her side. I defended her tooth and nail to my dad. That is what got me, like, the 4th time that I got beaten the fuck up was because of that, by the way. You wouldn't know that because you weren't fucking there. And then, after she tried to kill herself in our bathroom that I desperately tried to get her out of, like I climbed out of our like 1st floor window to try and get in the bathroom. Like I could have fallen from the fucking house. I tried so hard to get that fucking door open because I knew something was up. And after that happened, but you wouldn't know that, you weren't fucking there. After that happened, the social services got involved because her family reported my dad. That's why the social services got involved. And when they did get involved, I told him to his face that I'm not going to lie about anything. If she asks me what is going on in the house, I'm not going to fucking lie about anything because I'm not about that life. I've had enough. I could not believe that my dad had driven someone to take their own life and then made fucking jokes about it. But you wouldn't know that because you weren't fucking there. So shut the fuck up. Give me a minute. And so I told her everything. I told the social workers everything. I told her fully everything. And we had a plan in place that didn't involve, you know, moving the kids around. Didn't involve that at all. It involved setting up a plan to send my dad to therapy, make him go to therapy, and put a plan in place where there was constant support in the house. That's what I wanted, and that's why I told the social worker, and we were setting up that plan. But you know what? The weekend of me making that plan, he beat the fuck out of me, probably because he was partially paranoid about that as well, because I would tell the social worker everything. I told her everything, and he beat the fuck out of me, and I immediately emailed her Sunday that my dad beat the fuck out of me. I sent her pictures of the bruises, and she called the police and took me out of that house. But you weren't fucking there. So shut the fuck up and stop acting like you know anything, because you don't, you dumb bitch. You are such a dumb cunt, honestly. Like, I don't... You're acting like you were here for any of this when you weren't. You weren't even here for the whole thing that happened in Mama's house. Like my maternal uncle's house. You weren't even there for that because you were having some petty beef with him at that time. So you weren't here for any of the incidents you bring up. And you're acting like you give a fuck? Like, shut up. Next thing. You set up your entire family and destroyed it because you're evil and selfish. No, I exposed my whole family because they're evil and selfish. They did not give a damn. Like, my younger sibling was a baby. He was born the year my mother passed away. He was born in February, my mother passed away in December. And none of y'all, except for Yasmin, who I can, you know what, I can credit her for that, because she took care of my youngest brother. She literally took him and raised him as her own. Like, for all the shit that she has done to me, at least she stepped up. She stepped up. She took care of my youngest brother. But none of y'all gave a fuck about any of us. Even the youngest of us, you did not give a fuck about us. You did not. Like, I can say a lot of things about my dad's side of the family, but at least they would check in on us every few months to make sure we were fucking alive. None of y'all came around. You're in England. You're in England. You're in the same fucking city as me. You're in fucking London. You did not give a fuck about us. You fully just disassociated with us. So I don't know where you get off calling me evil and calling me selfish when you literally just washed your hands of us. I didn't destroy my family. I exposed my family. I broke the fucking cycle of abuse. I'm sorry I'm not a dumb hoe like you. I'm sorry I didn't sell my values for a man, for some dick bitch like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And your siblings hate you more than anything because of what you've done. You know what? Fair enough. I'm sure they do hate me to some degree. But you know what? I made the best possible decision. Considering everything I have just talked about, I made the best possible decision for me and for my siblings. Because now the social workers won't fucking leave and they are safe. If they find a mark on any of them, you're all getting snatched the fuck up. Because you all vouched for my dad. When I was the one constantly telling them, look, get them out of that fucking house. And then she goes, you scum of the earth, you will be exposed as the lying, sick basket case you are. No, because I'm not fucking lying. No one likes you. No one did. Okay, so why are you fucking here? And why are you acting like you ever did? And your fake persona will be smashed to dust very soon. Well, that's a good thing it's not fake then, because this is all me. You meet me in person, I'm just a little less louder. But the persona's all there. Like, this is me. I don't understand what, and I don't understand why you're acting like you know me. You haven't known me for years because you disassociated with me. You weren't a part of any significant life moments in the last 5 to 7 years. Like, you weren't. So I don't know why you're acting like you know who I am when you don't. And also, no, it isn't, because I'm only going up, bitch. Like, I am only going up. And you know the real tea is that you won't be able to celebrate any of my successes because you're not my family anymore. And you won't be able to celebrate any of my failures because I'm not a failure. The only way is up for me. Y'all dragged me into the dirt with all your petty fucking bullshit. And nothing in this entire world, and I have thought about it, nothing that this world can do to me will ever be that low. So for me, the only way is up. I was considering what y'all did to me. Stinky onion smelling tramp. Stop addressing yourself in the comment about me, please. That now pretends she was a devout Salafist when she was a filthy, lazy, unhygienic whore that struggled with religion. I don't need to vouch for myself, okay? Ali Dawah's put me through his test and I have passed, so shut the fuck up, okay? Like, Salafis online have tried to test me and I have passed. Like, I recite Quran almost every Friday on the Jinn and Chanak show because I was a religious Muslim. And I do it with tajweed and with qiraat, so shut the fuck up. And you can go and talk to my old teachers. You can go and talk to my, classmates. I was top of my class. You can go and talk to the people at my duxie. I would win every single week on trivia, and I would win money at trivia. I was the best of you. I was the best of you as a Muslim because I'm not a fake hoe. I do everything 100%. I was the best of you, and you're petty as fuck. Like, you're so salty because I'm still better than you. As a fully fledged kafir, I am still better than you. That's the real tea. Making her own lies and believing them, exactly what a nutcase does. If only you could become sane again and see what you really look like. Oh, so I thought you said I always had mental problems. What do you mean, become sane again? So you mean I was sane? I was a Salafist? Okay, thank you. Thank you for debunking yourself in your exposed message. None of the ex-Muslims are your real friends. They are just using you. Okay, first of all, using me for what? Because I'm a crazy hoe. Like, no tea, no shade. I'm a lot to deal with sometimes. And they are my real friends. I've seen it up front. And even if they aren't, bitch, I would rather have fake friends than family like you. Burn me at the stake before sending me back to my family. Like, flay the skin from my bones before you send me back to my family. Kill me in the fucking streets before you send me back to my family, because that is the worst place on earth. You know what? Send me to fucking Jahannam forever. Forever. Do not send me back to my family, because that's worse. That's worse than Jahannam. And I have read extensively about Jahannam. Send me there. Allah, send me there before I have to ever go back to my family, because you motherfuckers are the worst thing that has ever happened. Do you understand? Do you understand that there isn't a thing that can happen to me that's worse than you? Like, I fully twisted my ankle in 2017 or 2016. I think it was 2017. I fully twisted my ankle. I was out of work for 2 weeks and I was happy as a horse set free. I did not, like, it was painful, but I enjoyed myself so much having my ankle twisted. You know how fucked that is? And you know why? Because I can't feel emotions like a normal person, because y'all are the fucking worst. There is nothing in the world that is painful to me. Like, there is nothing in the world that is painful to me because of you. The only thing that is painful to me is my experiences with you as a family. You, Zafia, and every other fucking person who did me wrong in my family, my blood relatives. It's because of you. That is the only thing that makes me sad. There is nothing else in the world. I get hate comments daily. I get death threats daily. I get the Muslim ISIS fucking community coming after me every so often. And nothing causes me pain. Nothing causes me pain but you guys. So I am so fucking glad that I am out of it. Out of that whole loop. I am so fucking glad. And I hope it stays that way, because real truth, 100%, y'all are fucking insane, and I don't understand why any of you put up with each other. All of you are fucking miserable. All of you talk about each other, bitch about each other, backbite, slander, fucking eat each other's flesh behind each other's backs. So I don't know why any of you put up with any of you. and I am so glad to be out of it. Give me Jahannam before you give me back my family, bitch. Like, truth tea, give me Jahannam. I'll take it over my family. And really, you're a miserable, sad loser who destroyed her whole life by listening to weirdos and perverts on the internet. You have been destroyed and you don't even know it. You're an insane whore. I haven't been destroyed. I was on TV like last week, bitch. I was on the BBC on a panel. The only way is fucking up. I have not been destroyed, and I'm so glad that you're not going to be the one celebrating my successes. And it's going to be people who are actually happy for me and not constantly jealous of me that are going to be celebrating my successes. I'm so glad that you are out of my life, girl, and I don't understand why you can't keep my name out your mouth. Like, you said it 3 times in this comment, 6 times, because you posted the comment twice. Like, you literally can't keep my name out your mouth. You can't keep my name out your brain. Like, I must be doing something right, because you legit forgot about me after my mother died. So I must be doing something right. And you know what? It really is, from the look of this comment that you posted twice, in a desperation of trying to expose me. It is so obvious that you fucking miss me. And you know what? That's fucking sad. You're married. You have a child. You clearly have disdain for me. And I don't know what your intention was with this message, but it wasn't come back to us like with your last fucking thing. Go. You ain't getting these minutes back. Go live your life. I don't give a fuck. I've forgotten about you. I fully forgot about you. Take it from me, your mother hates you and you hate you, so keep pretending. My mother wouldn't hate me because I've been on TV, bitch. I've been on TV. I've made it. And I'm going to make it again because your girl is going to go on the big debate on BBC soon. And I'm going to be speaking in person. I don't think my mother would hate me. I think she would have resented me a little bit for leaving home, but I think she would have understood because she desperately wanted to get me married off because she didn't want me to live in my dad's house. And I don't think she would hold me leaving my dad's house against me. And you know what? You know what, bitch? My mother probably hates you just as much because you know what? You weren't fucking there for any of the events that you brought up in this series of comments. So shut the fuck up. And I don't hate me. I love me. I make every single thing. I do every single thing I can to make sure that me is taken care of. I love me and I will always love me. My itinerary for tomorrow is just taking care of me. So stop acting like you know me because you don't. You legit don't. And from this series of comments and my breakdown of it, I think it's apparent to everyone else in the world that you don't either. Falsehood is bound to perish, which is part of a Quran verse. You couldn't even put the whole fucking verse because that's how fucking illiterate you are about the Quran. Falsehood is bound to perish, and it just did. Is that long enough? Anyways, that's the video for today. I'm sorry if y'all wanted me to be angry about this. I think I was pretty angry anyways, but honestly, it's sad. I'm not going to bother adding up the score. It's too many numbers. Let's just call it an even 600. I think that's, yeah, 600. She got 600 since. Less than Farhan. But she got 600. Farhan got so many points because he came after Jimmy. But you got 600 points, bitch. Welcome to the channel. I don't need to welcome you. You've been on this channel before. We've roasted you before on this channel. But yeah, thank you for watching. I know this is a very long video. Maybe I'll cut it up. I don't know. But I would like to edit it a little bit. And yeah, I'm sorry if this wasn't your kind of content. But this is what it is. This is what I have for you today. And I hope that, you know, you got something out of it. And I do these videos. The reason I do these videos is to expose just how, like, vile some, like, Muslim families are towards ex-Muslims. So that's why I did it. And I'll continue to do them. Anytime you send me a fucking message, bitch, I'm gonna put it on this channel. You're just feeding me content. And YouTube's just gonna recognize it as spam because it... Because bitch knows, like, YouTube hates me. YouTube would never monetize me because my topics are too controversial, but bitch knows that you are spam. So I'm gonna head off now, and I hope that all of you guys have a good night. Yeah, I'll be back with hopefully a less irrelevant video, because let's be real, Zafia is irrelevant as fuck. And yeah, I'm gonna sign off. But I'm glad to have that off my chest, and thank you for allowing me to do that. So goodbye. And also tell me what you think of this look. I like it a lot. I think this is a look ho. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.